First, if you want to go mid, you should always have the top mid smoke right here. That's super important.
Oh, okay.
Because if you throw this guy can't see you. And another thing, you bounce the flash off the floor here. Better way to throw a flash is just like stand in this corner and then throw it up high towards like this wall. So that way you can peek in front of it.
Okay.
First of all, going mid. If you're gonna go mid, you need to smoke this off. There are two ways you can do it. The first way is by getting on top of the trash can, putting your crosshair next to this antenna, and throwing. And then the other way you do it is going into this corner and then aiming at this antenna. They both pretty much do the same thing. It's just you can throw either one depending on what spawn you have, like whichever one you spawn closer to. But this is a very important smoke if you want to go mid. You should always throw this. And then you can flash like this when your friends are going up, so that way they can blind all these guys without blinding your teammates. Another thing you can do while this smoke is up, throw a Molotov, line up with this window, and just run through. That way they can't push connector. So if you're gonna go mid, always like throw those 3 nades. Those 3 nades are really important. Alright, so this is not a very good angle if you want to hold Palace. I'll show you a better one when we're done. Okay, so Palace. So there were a couple rounds where you were playing like this. This is not the best position because if I want to peek this, I just see you and I click and then you're dead. So if you're going to go Palace at the beginning of the round, play here and crouch. And then just hold like this. If I'm pushing Palace, I'm not going to see you unless I come over here. And if I come over here, you're behind the flower pot and it's like really hard for me to shoot at you. So, and then if they come in from this side, they're just in a really bad spot to fight you. So if you just wait here for like 10, 15 seconds and wait to see if they push, this is the best spot to play to watch for Palace Rush, because it's just such a hard spot for people to fight against.
I should buy M4 there or save and buy up the next round.
It really depends. In this situation, they planted the bomb. So generally when the T's get a bomb plant, that usually means that they force buy in the second round. So it makes sense for you to buy an M4 here because they're forcing. If you just save and wait to buy an op, there's a chance you lose this round because you don't have an actual weapon to fight their guns. So yeah, it was okay to buy here. If they don't plant the bomb and you win the round, then yeah, maybe you save because they should be full save. But because they planted the bomb, I think buying was a good choice.
Okay.
Another thing is this mid smoke that they threw. When you start to play higher ranks, pretty much everyone is going to throw this smoke every round. So obviously I haven't seen you play the whole half yet. But if you're starting to play mid and they start throwing this smoke, instead of going window, go connector and peek like down here, because that way you can see them crossing. If they keep smoking you off there, then there's not really much point in going to window every round because you can't see them crossing into the boxes. Let's talk about opping on CT side.
Okay.
So you were pretty much going over here and just peeking this every round, and then they just smoked you off. And half the rounds you were just sitting like this, and there was nothing you can do. So what you should do differently is if you get a spawn on this half of spawn, then you just go up and you just peek bottom connector like this. You have a bunch of room to see them crossing even when that smoke is up. So if you play window, playing window is fine by the way. It's just that if they start to smoke you off, then you want to start coming over here and peeking like this.
Okay.
And then maybe if you have a really good spawn, you might want to jump up here and try to get it.
Sometimes I do that.
Okay.
When I have a good spawn.
Yeah, so you should always try to So as an opper, especially on Mirage, it's really important that you're always like changing where you play. You could even have a round where your teammate boosts you up on top of here, and you could take a shot on this guy and then fall off and then maybe go back to holding jungle or something. Okay, so there was one round where you threw a flash like this. This is a bad flash because they can see it coming from a mile away. So if you want to throw a flash ramp, bounce one off of this wall here. So like, let's say I want to go out ramp fast. I throw this flash, I look away, and then I peek with it when it pops. From their perspective, this is what they see. I can't even see that.
Yeah. That's
And-
a good one.
And then another way you can do it is come up and line up with this thing, and then aim right above the lamp. This is be a flash that you throw for your teammates. So there's literally no way to look away from this. You just can't see this coming. So that's another one you can throw.